Welcome to the Never Seen It podcast, the only podcast called Never Seen It that is worth listening to. Tonight we have, as always, usually on this show, Mr. Arnie, the one-man party, Mr. Arnold Gallego, Mr. Philip Ingrigio, a.k.a. Daily Dares, a.k.a. Alex Gallego, who is smashing pumpkins. And then we have Mr. Donnie Appleseed, a.k.a. Donnie Guzman. And then there's me, Stu Big, a.k.a. Adrian Dilatar. No Justin tonight. He is indisposed. No, I don't know. He's doing something. He can't join us, unfortunately. But that's okay. What are we discussing tonight? We are talking about the 2010 film Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Wait, we're fighting over Ramona?
Didn't you get my email explaining the situation?
I skimmed it.
Directed by Edgar Wright. As a bass guitarist for a garage rock band, Scott Pilgrim has never had trouble getting a girlfriend. Usually the problem is getting rid of them. But when Ramona Flowers skates into his heart, he finds she has the most troublesome baggage of all. An army of ex-boyfriends who will stop at nothing to eliminate him from her list of suitors. And I'm glad that they did Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They skipped right over the whole standalone movie. No Knives standalone. No Ramona Flowers standalone. We just went straight to Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is based on a comic. Or is it a graphic novel? Do we know?
It's
Does anybody know?
Technically a manga.
Oh, a manga. Okay.
But it's like just manga style, but it's an American culture type of deal. They just use the manga format.
I watched a video the other day that kind of broke down the differences between the comic and the movie, and there's a few, but it sounds like the movies didn't stray too far from the source material, which is always nice to hear, I think. But yeah, Edgar Wright directed this. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, the other This Is the End of the World or something like that. He has a very unique style, a very fast-paced visual style that he did in those movies, and it fits so perfectly with this movie because I feel like if you're going to do this a comic book movie that's so fast-paced and so dynamic like Edgar Wright, I mean, you couldn't. I don't think you could do better than him, right? And then cinematography by Bill Pope, who did The Matrix and Spider-Man 2. It was written by Edgar Wright and Michael Bacall. Based on the graphic novel by Brian Lee O'Malley. And yeah, you had a who's who of early 2000s millennial darlings. Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Kieran Culkin, Ellen Wong, Alison Pill, Mark Webber, Johnny Simmons. I mean, so many. Chris Evans, Brandon Ruth, Mae Whitman, Jason Schwartzman, Brie Larson, Aubrey Plaza, and a Kendrick. I mean, my God, that is a stacked cast. And I believe it was...
And to think about it, in that era, they were still not like A-list
super
actors.
famous. Yeah.
They were like...
Brie Larson, wasn't it?
Chris Evans was still kind of considered like maybe B+.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he kind of was fresh off like the Not Another Teen Movie stuff and like the original Fantastic Four, well, the original with, the early 2000s version.
Yeah.
Right? So that is interesting. But yeah, Arnold, you had a question, I believe.
Oh, no, I said Brie Larson was in it, too?
I know, she's the blonde. She's the
Brie Larson.
I forget her character.
Oh, Brie
What's
Larson.
her character's name?
Yeah.
Envy Adams.
Who's
She was
Brie
Envy
Larson?
Adams.
Yeah.
What's that name?
She's the punk rock. She's the famous ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
T-Cat.
I forgot how many people were in there. All I could remember was Michael Cera and Aubrey Plaza, to be honest. And then after rewatching it, I was like, oh shit, there is a lot of familiar faces in here.
Oh, yeah. But the time that we decided to watch this, it was right around when, was it Aubrey Plaza's husband? Or significant other?
Well, her husband who passed away, you mean?
Yeah. It was like right around the time all that was happening.
Yeah. That was several months ago. And she's done a lot of great work, before and since. I mean, Arnold, so hold on, but you chose this movie, so tell me, like, why did you choose it? And you'd never seen it before, I believe. What was your perception of it before you watched it?
Well, I remember Alex watching it many times when we lived together, and I would catch it here and there. And I guess so he assumed that, because I would see him watching it, that I watched the movie and understood it. But, like, I never really got, like, what it was all about. And so, so yeah, this was the first time I sat down and watched the whole thing. Didn't fall asleep.
Dude, it's such a good movie. Did you like it?
Yeah. Yeah, I did like it. I liked it. I mean, y'all know my taste for movies is much different from yours and most of the world.
This one has a lot of action. I feel like that would have.
Yeah, it does. It does. I don't know.
I mean,
it was very
touches
fast
on a lot of like action and comedy. I feel like it's like right up your alley. You know,
I would think that too. Not
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I can't put my finger on it. Like why? Maybe it wasn't bad enough for me to like it. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I like
you
bad
like
movies.
a lot of because you grew up in a lot of kung fu, a lot of '90s action.
JCVD.
Steven Seagal. Did you like Steven Seagal in the '90s? Was that your bag a little bit?
I mean, I think I caught a few, but then I don't know. Like, I was one of those haters, but without even really watching some of this stuff. And so I was like, he's not better than Bruce Lee.
I don't think anybody would argue that. Can you imagine if somebody was like, "Yeah, Steven Seagal totally could kick Bruce Lee's ass"? Like, even I know better, and I barely know about Bruce Lee.
Yes. Speaking of the fight scenes, I thought the choreography for these scenes were pretty intense. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, better than like a Mortal Kombat, even, right?
Yeah.
Those were pretty good.
oh yeah, for sure.
I
sure.
tried
Right?
to
I was
like,
like, wow.
Weren't we watching during Comic-Con? We were watching the remake of the Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's right. It was in the hotel room.
And
Yeah,
I was watching that. And I was like, the fight scenes are so bad.
were we out partying when that happened? I don't remember this.
You may have been.
You may have, yeah. Well,
They
I
have
don't
one
know.
good fight scene. They have one good
don't
fight
remember-
scene. No. You know, Lance was there, so no. You were.
Yeah,
You
Lance
guys
was
were probably
there.
just not in the room. Yeah.
This was during the day or night?
I think it's like
It was like
almost
early
nighttime.
evening.
Yeah.
Lance is your
That
cousin.
doesn't
Right?
matter.
He's one of your cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I started following him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. I think he requested me, and I followed him back. So,
That guy's hilarious.
so hi, Lance.
Yeah.
If you're watching, does he listen? Does he watch? He knows about the show, right? He must.
He knows
Yeah,
about
he
it.
does.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
knows
sure if it. Well, I'll make sure to tell him that we shouted him out on this.
Hey, 280 people on Facebook know about the show. So
Oh, look at
that's
that.
kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. I'm just saying. I really love the choreography as well. I love the visual video game meets anime like aesthetic of the way they shot it and edited. I mean, this must have taken months and months and months to edit because there are so many. It's not even. I mean, there are visual effects, but I mean, everything feels so tailored to
Yeah.
this story.
The way it's
I was
cut up,
watching
so
something.
good.
I was watching something that this movie had been in the makes for like a good few amount of years, to be honest. Like, I guess it kind of got picked up during the first couple books, and the movie actually was made in the middle of like before it was the series is even completed. It was kind of like a Game of Thrones situation, I guess.
Before
That's
the
what
comic series was finished.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
Which is I'm not sure about that. I saw that on a YouTube video. Maybe I misunderstood the information, but that's
everything
what
on
I-
YouTube is 100% accurate. You can trust me, guys.
yeah.
Trust me. on
just
this.
like us.
Wait, so does
yeah,
the
I'm
movie
talking about
cover?
something on YouTube. What's that?
Does the movie cover like the entire? I don't know. I never read it. So does the movie cover
So-
like the entire story?
I believe it does.
Oh, okay.
So it's funny though. It kind of condenses it though. Like I saw something in a YouTube video that I watched today, and it was saying that they condensed like one of the books into one line in the movie, like, which is kind of it's kind of sad, you know. But like you have to do what you have to do to like make a. I don't how long is this
To
movie?
make it work.
2 hours.
It didn't feel that long.
It doesn't feel that long, but I believe it is like 2 hours. Yeah.
Wow, really? I thought
Really?
it
I thought it was
went
like
by
an hour
so
and a
fast.
half.
Fast-paced movie.
Yeah,
It was
it was
really fast.
really good. Yeah.
There was a lot of times where I was like, okay, I was standing up because I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, or no, I think I just wanted to get a quick drink of water, and I was like, I couldn't really step away too much because I was like, oh, what's happening now? Oh, what? And I just ended
Well, yeah.
up going thirsty.
It's 113 minutes, which is just under 2 hours.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think I was saying in the Discord at one point when I was watching it, like the 15 minutes have passed and they've already packed so much story in that amount of time, and without feeling rushed. By the way, because you can. pack a lot of story in 10, 15 minutes, and it feels this movie never feels rushed. It's exactly the pace that it has breaths. It takes, it slows down in parts. I like the scene with Kieran Culkin and Scott Pilgrim. I forget the Kieran Culkin's character's name, but where he's it's towards the end where he's like debating what to do and stuff. Like, should I go back and try and get Ramona Flowers back from Jason Schwartzman's character, or what should like moments like that. So like the pacing was like perfect.
Can I speak to the pacing? Why I think
Absolutely.
it's successful. So here's.
Oh, you're not allowed.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
So I was watching another video today about that talked about the comic book aesthetic of it, and how it lends to. I was thinking about it now as you're talking about it, how it lends to the pacing, and when you watch it, a lot of movies who try to use comic book styles to tell a story, like you see it in Dick Tracy, you see it in Sin City. They were talking about how in Incredible Hulk, Ang Lee's Incredible Hulk, they tried to use that too, but they were kind of unsuccessful at it.
Was it the original Hulk?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was before the Edward Norton version.
Lou Ferrigno.
How this movie was so successful at it is just the fact that they added a lot of elements. Like they used captions, and they used like motion lines, and then they used the pow and the zap and the when Kim is counting off the time at the very beginning of the movie, she's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see the words 1, 2, 3, 4. So it kind of like expresses even more so the emotiveness of it all, but also kind of tells the story. It fills in gaps. Like even they were even talking about, and it helps build the world out more. And like how they're talking about, there's a scene where Scott Pilgrim goes to go pee, and you see the pee bar, and it's straight from like Street Fighter, right? It's like he goes in there, he goes to pee, and he's peeing, and it could have been an easy overlay in that graphic, but they go into the details where in the bathroom mirror you see the reversal, so it's actually a part of the world, not just some clever thing that they did an overlay for. So that's a great point. Clear world building. It's like it takes you out of this normal average world, so it helps you believe when like Ramona's exes arrive, like crashing through the ceiling during the first battle, and then like you see like in the second fight with Chris Evans, he's fighting all those stunt doubles. It makes you it helps you believe all that. Just them coming out of nowhere. It just feels like a comic book movie because it's just executed, and it's done with intention. Once again, we talk about the idea of intention, Yeah.
That scene you're talking about where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, they're counting. It's like you're looking at a comic book come to life. Like, like you feel like that. And it reminds me of Batman too. Do you guys remember the old school Batman?
Exactly.
You would see a lot of those. Yeah.
Batman.
But it goes into like even more so. Like if you look at the editing, they use panels to
for sure.
There's that scene where there's a couple scenes actually. You see Scott talking to his sister, and they're cut into panels, and they're talking to each other, and that's kind of a really cool aspect of it all. And then even like there's scenes where you'll see like the top half is Scott, like at the very end fight, you'll see like Scott running towards Gideon, and they're just like, you see the motion lines, and you see their face, and they're just like racing at each other to like hit each other. That's like cool paneling where like you look at, I was watching that video talking about this whole thing and how Ang Lee's Hulk just felt like the way he was doing paneling felt like a person who's never read a comic book in his life. So
yeah, that's why I say that Edgar Wright was the perfect director, because Shaun of the Dead, he loves doing like all these whip pans and just the way he edits it too all together in the end. Like you can tell so much love went into stylizing this movie, and to make it feel like you said, it's not just we're throwing graphics on top of it. This is part of the world, like all the little flourishes, the little timers, and even like the sound effects, the coins and the KO stuff and all that. Like he integrated it really, really nicely.
I think I was able to put my finger on it. I know why.
Tell us what you put your finger on.
Well, not what the guy who,
What does your
on the
brain
TikTok
tell you?
live said. But anyways, I won't read what the guy on TikTok said. On the
Oh yeah, we're on live.
Do you see that? Anyways, well, you mentioned how this is like such like comic based and well, more so manga based and how
Video game
how yeah. I never really read comics very much, and when we would get comics, like a Comic-Con, or even whether it was free stuff, I would flip through it, and I mean, it was to be honest with myself, I almost feel like I forced myself to appreciate the time that the people put into drawing it and coming up with the story. I mean, it's pretty amazing. But then I don't know what it is. I guess. I'm realizing more and more what a shallow person I am, and
Wow.
I guess a lot of people would think that I'm kind of boring, or like, gosh, man, have a little depth in your life. But that's
I get
what
it.
I'm.
It's not your jam.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
all good.
Arnold, I
don't know
think
why.
here's what it is. I feel like you've
I suck.
concentrated like so much of your time to like. Remember that scene in Sideways where at the very beginning,
I'm
they
not
go
drinking
to the
fucking
house.
Merlot. Sorry, go ahead.
Not that one. But when they go and he goes and picks up Paul Giamatti picks up his best friend, and they have him stay, and then they ask him about his book, right? And they ask him, "Oh, what's your book about?" And it's kind of based on my life, and then the dad is all like, "Oh, so it's nonfiction." Oh, that's great. Every time I read, like, hear somebody say a book is fiction, it just sounds like he made it up. And he's like more interested in nonfiction. And from what I remember, what I recall from your library of books, there are always like these non-fictional, like inspirational, how to make money kind of deals. And I like it. I get it. Like that was your interest. There's nothing to be ashamed about it, but I feel like also at the same time, I feel that it's never too late to pick up a comic book and read it. You know, it's never too late.
I mean,
Never
he
too
did.
late.
He actually bought a comic book. Remember at the Comic-Con? Which one did you buy? It was that mashup for one of the bands.
What
or
are you
something,
reading
right?
now?
What's? Oh, I forgot I'm on the podcast. I was reading a comic. I'll put this down.
Hello.
Arnold, what's that comic book you picked up?
It was a
comic
Linkin
book when we were
Park
there.
comic.
Li-
Yeah.
Yeah, you should take the time out to read it.
And yeah, I didn't read it. I got it
Take the
because I
time out
love
to read
Linkin
it.
Park.
I mean,
Here's the thing, Arnold. You're not boring, okay? Anyone
No.
who says that, fuck them. They either don't know you enough or they're just being a dick.
Well, I
Trust
said that
me.
about myself.
Well, Arnold, no, I'm just kidding. Well, you shouldn't think that way because you're not boring. You're very funny. You're very attuned to things.
Shallow.
Everyone processes things differently. Everyone experiences the world in their own relative, manner. So, like, there's no need for you to, like, be hard on yourself when it comes to that.
But how come when I pick a movie like that's really truly something that I like people don't like it?
Is that true? I feel like we liked the movies you picked.
Oh
What
no,
was it?
I'm thinking of like amongst my circle of friends
Oh,
who have recommended many movies. So a lot of them that my picks is heavily influenced by them.
right.
So
I feel like the one movie that was heavily influenced by your friends was particularly The Substance. I feel like everything else have been your own choices, Arnold.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you chose.
Did you pick Bloodsport?
Rocky 4.
Bloodsport's
You
great.
chose
Rocky 4 is
Bloodsport.
great.
yeah.
You know,
I
You
didn't.
got
I
one
would
of the
assume
best
you chose
Justin
that.
quotes from Rocky 4 where he says this movie just kind of watches itself for you. Like, my God, you can't. ChatGPT could never, Arnold. Like, that was a great pick. What do you mean? What do you mean, man?
So good, man. Yeah.
but and
Everyone's
and here's another great pick. You picked Scott Pilgrim, Arnold.
Yeah, this is a
You've
good
never
movie,
watched
man.
it, but you had something
doing
intuitively
it.
telling you, like, I have to watch this, right? I think it was just in the Chronicle movie the review we were talking about how, and you brought up I've never seen Scott Pilgrim, but you know what, that brought up a whole, like, now we are you're watching Scott Pilgrim,
and by the way,
reviewing it.
We're all allowed to have guilty pleasures. I like watching Kitchen Nightmares. I used to like watching Shark Tank. You know, it's terrible. It's terrible content.
Kitchen Nightmares, the Gordon Ramsay one?
Kitchen Nightmares, Hotel Nightmares, Kitchen blah, 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 whatever. He did
I like those too.
A million shows.
Were you ever into Whale Wars?
I did not watch Whale Wars.
How about Parko P.I.?
No? I don't know what is that about?
Oh, that was like maybe like 15 years ago.
I vaguely remember that show. What was that, Arnold?
I seem to select shows or movies that have super niche following. A lot of people will be like, "What?"
To be fair, that? Arnold, you like Breaking Bad and you like Better Call Saul. Those are great shows.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting into this situation where we're trying to convince you that you have good taste, but you have no reason to question that, Arnold. You have good taste.
Yeah, because I just feel like I mean, Scott Pilgrim.
It's just you missed out on the whole comic book thing. That's all it is.
It was a rap on a hotel. If it's something as good that can be a rap on a hotel at Comic-Con, I have to like it. No, just kidding.
You know why that is, by the way? It's marketing. It's good marketing. People get paid lots of money to think about how do we want to market this show or this movie or this product or whatever it is.
Well, to bring it around back to Scott Pilgrim, they marketed this in 2010 at Comic-Con, right? And they did such an amazing job. Remember, we were staying at the Hilton Gas Lab at the time, Arnold, and I have that infamous story of me getting in the elevator with Michael Cera and Aubrey Plaza that ill-fated day.
Yes.
But it was at that hotel where they had all those raps. Kid Koala DJ'd one of the parties, and it was just open to everybody. People were going in there for free. This is before lines and lines of people were trying to get into activations, and I remember going into that activation. It was so easy to just walk in. I walked in and I got the actors who played the drummer, Kim Pines, and the other guy, the guitar player from the Sex Bombs. I got autographs on a poster from them, and then I ran into all those actors, and I took a picture of Elizabeth Winstead. It was just super random, and all this cool stuff happened, but it was all this marketing, right? And even the panel they had it was packed house for the panel, and on top of that, after the panel, they took the whole audience, walked them to the nearest movie theater, and they got to screen Scott Pilgrim versus the World at Comic-Con.
That's awesome.
They spent all this money, and I guess domestically it only made $600,000.
I was going to say, this was a bit of a sleeper hit.
The movie only made $600,000?
Yeah. It didn't make a lot of money when it came out. No.
It didn't make a lot of money. That's way far under the
Would you consider that a sleeper hit? I feel like a sleeper hit hasn't been.
I think it's a term
hasn't
classic.
been used.
I thought it was a cult classic too.
Isn't that what sleeper hits usually are though? Like Office Space,
No, sleeper hits are typically things that fly under the radar but do well.
They make you sleepy?
No.
Only you, Arnold.
Cult classics are the ones that don't do well in the theaters, but they gain a cult following.
They
have a strong following.
Yeah.
Kind of like, would The Crow be a cult classic? I feel like it would be. Kind of.
No.
The Goonies would be a cult classic.
I'd say The Crow was like a blockbuster hit.
The Goonies.
No, I feel like The Goonies did well in the theaters, didn't it? Let's look that up.
I don't know, but yeah. I have a feeling that falls under cult classic.
Harder to do money wise versus harder to do critically. I feel like it threads a needle there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those things that after word of mouth, after even leaving the theaters, that's when it's a cult classic. It becomes popular after it leaves the theaters. But with a sleeper, it gets good reviews, but it doesn't have the marketing budget So it flies under the radar, but still people are able to catch it, and it makes a lot of money. And then that's when like, oh, the studio's like, oh, we should put more money into the marketing of this.
Yeah, that's a good point. And here's the thing I was thinking. I mentioned that this stars a lot of the early 2000s millennial darlings, but they weren't as big back then. Their careers went on to be much bigger after this movie. Not because of this movie necessarily, but after this movie. And do you think it would be made today? If it was, don't you think that it would be like we have to just cram it with A-listers because that's the only way to get people in seats nowadays? Or do you think they would still go the route that they went in originally, where they hired mostly unknowns? I mean, I'm curious about that because it seems like everything nowadays has to star like 30 A-listers before it even gets considered to be produced. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's unfortunate because there's a lot of talent out there.
Right.
People
So that's what I'm saying.
Give them a shot.
Yeah, so like this would probably star like Sydney Sweeney and Margaret Qualley and who else is big right now? I can't think of
who would
Sophie Thatcher.
Who would play Ramona Flowers? My
Sophie Thatcher.
You think Sophie Thatcher?
I think so. I think she has the range. I
she's
feel
got the like
range.
Sydney Chandler from Alien Earth would play a great. I mean, look at her bob cut. Look at her bob cut.
That's a good
and she's
point.
doing an action role.
That's a good point.
I think she'd play a great Ramona Flowers.
Oh, Ramona Flowers.
Man,
Flowers.
What a lucky guy. Like Knives Chow on this side, Ramona Flowers on this side.
I personally, I would have stayed with Knives. I would have honored her, and then eventually, if things go downhill, I would hit up Ramona Flowers. But you know what? That brings up another point I wanted to talk about really quick. Is Scott Pilgrim, in your guys' opinion, a likable protagonist, or is he a selfish jerk? Arnold, let me start with you. What do you think after watching it?
Oh, I thought you were going to bring up the fact that, like, he was a 22-year-old dating a 17-year-old. I thought that
plays into it. That plays into it.
Pretend we didn't see that. Okay, so what was the question again?
The question was, in your opinion, was Scott Pilgrim, was he a good guy, or was he kind of a jerk because of the way things shaped out with, between him and Knives and Ramona Flowers?
I think the way of how he is as a person, he's definitely
how do you
good
think
guy.
he handled the situation? Yeah.
I mean, he's inherently, I'd say, good. That's just how he is as a person. But in terms of how he handled, for whatever reason, he had hesitation and not just cutting it off or not just saying it like it is. I think that's what a lot of people have the problem. Like when it comes to situations where like you've gotta do something or tell someone something or break the news. A lot of times in my mind, I would hear Method Man in my head. From one of his songs, he would just say "F it," or no, he would just say "F that," and then I'd just be like "F that," and then just say whatever it is. And I don't know, it would like give me the courage to. I'm just in my mind, I'm like, I'm just delivering the message, delivering what needs to be said, not sugarcoating it and making it worse than it is. That in the end could actually be worse. Like you kind of see in the story.
I mean, I like that you can take inspiration from Method Man. That's always a plus.
Yeah. I mean, and it was just it's just those quick words, whether it be times where I felt nervous or times where I don't know why I would hear that voice. I forget which song it was. I think it was shadow boxing. Donald, you know what I'm talking about at the beginning?
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
at the beginning of the song.
I'll have to listen to that. I'll have to add that to my Spotify playlist.
Here's the clean version. It says, "Fudge that." Special technique of shadow.
That's a kid's party version.
Fudge that.
I can't believe, or what's it called? Sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
It's all good. I kind of feel though that we're all full of well-intentioned mantras. A lot of times, like, even like that, the Method Man, like F it. We still there's hesitation that we all go through, and we could say F that, and then the moment has already passed. And You know, there's
time delayed F that's. I have that all the time, dude.
But
I
here's
have
the
that
thing
thing
that's
where, oh, if only I had said that witty comment in that conversation or whatever.
And that's the beauty of Scott Pilgrim, this movie. He gets a second chance to say F that. Where at the end where he's talking about like how he's fighting. He gets to the Chaos Theater and he's like gonna fight Gideon for Ramona, and he dies. And then he realizes he has that second, like that he got that one up during the Battle of the Bands. He uses that one up, and he realizes it's not about fighting for somebody else. It's fighting for yourself, having self-respect for yourself. So he has that second chance, and that's the beauty of this movie. It's being able to see the side that of the coin that you wouldn't have had that chance to have had if you just, did it the way that you thought. You just did it the way you initially did it. But he had the ability to learn from what he had, his mistakes, and learn from himself. And so when he goes back to fight Gideon, he's like, you came back to fight me for her. And then he goes, no, I came back to fight you for me. And then he is like, you get that whole RPG leveling up sequence where he gets a sword, pulls it out. He's like, he learned the power of self-respect. And that's the whole thing. It's, when it comes to love, it's about like really respecting yourself. And what that means is also when you respect yourself, you have he realized he cheated on both of them, and he learned that true self-respect is like about admitting to your mistakes.
That's a good point. And I think that Michael Cera was a good choice to play this part because it sort of starts off like, oh, typical Michael Cera. He's like that kind of awkward guy. But then, like, he actually shows range, right, in his acting ability towards the end of the movie. This, I think, to me, is the most interesting part he's played, followed very closely by his small role in Molly's Game, which you haven't seen. He's pretty good in that. And that's a much more dramatic role. He's not really like, not dramatic, but it's not like a big comedic awkward guy type role, which is what he normally does. But it works in this movie. I think he really has a nice character development, and he was really able to convey that, and you wouldn't think that being Michael Cera, right? I mean, he's known as the awkward like dude, but he's a much better actor than I think even he lets on. Like I'd like to see him in more dramatic stuff, if I'm being honest. Like he could really.
Well, he was just in that movie Sacramento, right? That looked really good.
I heard
seen
about
the trailer for that?
You're right.
That looked.
Is it Shaq and Leno? Shaq and Leno?
Yeah, Shaq and Leno, Soggy Meadows.
Yeah. It starts Jay Leno.
Soggy Meadows, Shaq and Leno.
I heard about that.
That's how Arnold Schwarzenegger would say Sacramento.
Yeah.
Soggy Meadows, Shaq and Leno.
Soggy Meadows. But yeah, good stuff. Yeah, Sarah was great. Now, we've talked about this before, guys, and I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but I think it's worth talking about because we talked about recently in our Fifth Element episode. Alex, you posed the question: is Mila Jovovich's character Lilu a manic pixie dream girl? Do you think that Ramona Flowers in this is a manic pixie dream girl? No.
No.
Short answer: no.
Here's the thing. Ramona Flowers knows what she wants, and despite the fact that she goes back to Gideon, it's ultimately not her fault that she goes back to him. We realize that she has that mind control thing at the very end. You realize she has that mind control thing. She chooses to be with Scott Pilgrim. She chose to be with him because. Not because she was there to try to fix him or anything like that. She just wanted to enjoy his company, and that's why she was so easy to just leave at the very end at that fight between Scott and Mae Whitman's character. That was she chose to leave.
Is Mae Whitman Gideon?
No, Mae Whitman is the girl. That was one of her exes, wasn't it?
Yeah, one of the exes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
The blonde.
She was in the other band, I believe.
No, she wasn't. No. You're thinking of Envy. Mae Whitman is the lesbian ex.
Yeah, the one that called her a lesbian.
Yeah.
That was great.
Hilarious.
But hold on. Wasn't
she's
she?
so good.
I thought she was in a band. I thought she was
Roxy.
in one-
Her name is Roxy. Her name
She
is
wasn't
Roxy.
in a band.
No,
Oh,
Roxy.
I don't know why I thought she was in. You're right. I think I'm confusing her for the
you're
other
thinking
girl.
of Brie Larson. Brie Larson.
Yeah.
She was in the
I
band,
think,
but she was
yeah.
never.
Oh, that's right. Right.
There's some funny lines in here that I was like, when I watched it, I was like, man, I didn't catch that the first time. I don't remember them, but even that one where he was like, oh, you knocked the highlights out of her hair.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
I like.
I have
I
all
like
my
in that same
notes.
scene.
Yeah.
I like in that same scene where it's what's that? Brandon Routh. She's like, the cleaning lady is gonna have a bad time cleaning on Monday. She's like, because she has a day off on Sunday. He just tries to over-explain it. It's like it's not funny at all.
That's funny.
Hey, Agent, we got like 2,000 likes.
Yes, that's good. So you don't think she's a manic pixie? I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. Because usually manic pixie dream girls don't always have like a lot of agency, right? Like they're kind of just there to sort of placate the male protagonist, right? Yeah. So, and Ramona Flowers was more than that.
Here's the thing that proves that she's not especially. She's the one that breaks up with all her exes. She does they don't break up with her. And see, that's the whole the really cool similarity between Scott and Ramona. Scott, which is funny enough, played by Michael Cera. You think he'd be like a geeky looking guy like him, playing he's actually a heartbreaker, right? He breaks up with he's the one that breaks up with all his previous ex-girlfriends except for Envy Adams. Envy Adams brutally breaks up with him, which is why he's sent down this like depression spiral and then starts dating Knives Chow, you know? So that's kind of the interesting thing. That's the parallel between Ramona and Scott. The huge difference between Ramona and Scott is Ramona respects herself. Scott doesn't.
Yeah, that is a good point. But since this movie it centers around the 7 exes that Scott Pilgrim battles. I want to know from you guys, what was your favorite X battle? Donnie, I'll start with you.
My favorite X battle. Let me see. So we have I'm trying to think of all of them now.
There was the guy in the beginning that I believe he was Indian.
I know. Yeah. The one with the Indian guy. I think that one was Matthew Patel. That one was like my favorite. They just had really awesome camera angles. The way they shot that. Again, what we were talking about earlier, how it felt very comic-y. You felt that in that scene. And then I just the way they did the shots, the panning up and down, sideways, and there's a lot of video game nostalgia inserted into it. And then the best part about it, I thought, was like it switches over into like a Bollywood scene, right? And then there's like the Bollywood dance. It had everything. It had like all the elements. I thought it was my favorite fight scene of all the X's.
That's a good pick. Arnold, what was yours?
So I was thinking the same thing too, and I'm kind of second guessing myself because we were talking about. I remember watching Gideon, but then as we were talking about, I'm like, what did he even look like? So like I on the side I googled it and I was like, oh yeah, and then I'm thinking, I'm like, did I fall asleep?
Oh my god.
I know I said
meter hit early.
I know I said earlier that I didn't fall asleep, but then I didn't quite remember him.
But you had a micro blackout.
maybe I don't know what it was. Or maybe how I was saying like I don't know, like I liked it but like didn't like love it, that maybe I don't know if I lost interest.
I think this deserves a rewatch on your part.
And you know what? Hey, I did rewatch. Remember I mentioned I was like, okay, I'm gonna rewatch it. So for a refresher, that time I fell asleep.
Okay.
but it's because I ate an entire thing of Thrifty ice cream. And
They still do that.
A huge tub like this big?
No.
this?
No. It was like this big.
Oh, a little pint.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Thrifty was
That's
still
still a
around.
lot,
But
Arnold.
still selling
That's
ice
still a
cream.
lot.
I know, like I one bite just led to another, and I'm like, oh, I might as well finish the rest. It was so good. Chocolate malted crunch. Y'all ever have chocolate malted crunch?
And you talking about like your pre-diabetes stuff? Oh my god!
Hey man,
You might want to get some vegan-free ice cream from here on out, Arnold.
Hey man,
We're watching out for your
I would say that.
man.
I would say I'm trying, but I just told you that I ate a whole thing of ice cream. Like, gosh, don't like kick me while I'm down.
Nah, Arnold. Eat
but-
your feelings all you want. Eat your feelings all you want.
Yeah.
Favorite fight
Arnold,
scene.
you're a foodie. You know, you have to just accept that you are a foodie.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know, you have to taste. If you don't experience the world, you taste the world.
I think if you guys saw me eat it, then you would probably also taste it along with me, and because I don't know.
I'd be tasting like more of the bile building up watching you eat.
No thanks.
No, with ASMR and you hear the little bit of crunch from the malt balls.
Yeah, that's coming next is Arnold mukbang on this channel.
Yeah,
but wait, did you Did you answer the question? What was your favorite fight?
But I do think,
bro. Jeez, Arnold.
the first fight scene, it's either a toss up with doing that one or Chris Evans, just because he ends up taking on all the stunts,
That was good.
And
I know
it
what you're
really
talking about.
shows a lot of like the choreographed that he learned. But I think did he use Michael Cera use a stuntman? Because on some parts I tried to like really look and I'm like, oh, that looked like a stunt double. But then on some parts you see him like
Definitely.
Insurance will only cover so much. You know what I mean?
I don't think he can kick that high. Like you see some of those kicks he did.
Oh yeah. I don't know, but you know, with a little bit of stretching, you can.
Yeah. Wow. Look at you. Look how flexible you are.
Yeah, you know, I just tore my meniscus. You know.
Oh yeah. Gotta be careful with that. Is it?
But
It's getting better.
Alex, what was your favorite?
My favorite fight scene. I would say I actually really like the choreography in the Gideon, the last scene. Like there was like the callback to the video game that Knives Chow and Scott Pilgrim were playing, and they're like beating up that guy, kind of similar to the way that like they were beating up the ninja in that video game, which was kind of cool
too.
And then like just the choreography in like from everybody, it kind of showcased. It kind of reminded me of like Deadly Strike, you know, at the very end of Deadly Strike, Arnold, where all the main, like the last few main characters are fighting the bad guy, right?
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of like the choreography, the tandem choreography fighting the last bad guy in Deadly Strike, where they're like helping each other out, doing like these kind of like almost like tag team style double team moves, you know? And that's kind of what it reminded me of.
Is that how the scene went in Scott Pilgrim?
God, Arnold, you didn't watch it again. I'm telling you gotta go watch it.
That's why you didn't like the movie, dude. That's why you didn't like it.
Yeah, that part is where you fell asleep.
Just kidding.
What was yours?
Just kidding. I was joking.
Yeah,
I got you guys. I remember that. Go on, Alex.
Oh my goodness!
I don't believe you anymore. Now that you do that too often. Like, you're the boy that cried wolf.
What? You need to take a shot of 5-hour energy or something when you're watching these movies.
No, what I need to do is watch it in the morning. I do so much better watching or just functioning in the morning. Because at night, all I want to do is
I'm
just
more of
like chill
a night movie guy.
A what?
Same. It feels weird to watch a movie in the morning. I remember there was one movie we watched for this show that I did in the morning, and I was like, this feels illegal for some reason. I don't know why. My favorite fight scene was the one with Brandon Routh. Oh, sorry. Did you have more? Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I was going to say Brandon Routh's character. I forget his name. His fight scene. I liked it because for the first time in the movie, I felt like Scott Pilgrim was like way in over his head. Like, because Brandon Routh's character just seems super like legit threatening in his
OP.
fight scene. He was up. Yeah. Exactly, and that one was good. I forgot that was Brandon Routh for a second. I was like, oh, that's right. He played Superman at one point. I saw him, by the way, at a Comic-Con in Salt Lake. I was there for work, and he was there. And we I think we interviewed him or something. I can't remember, but yeah, it's interesting because he's a good actor, and didn't really do much after this, it seems. But yeah, I liked his fight scene. I liked that one is tied closely with Chris Evans' fight scene only because the stunt doubles and that was really funny.
Me too.
I like the way it was shot. When he goes down the skate thing, I don't know what it's called, the What's that called?
I like
the railing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
That was cool.
The Brandon Routh fight scene was full of like physical gags.
Yeah, seems like a lot of them were, but yeah, that one especially.
Physical gags.
Yeah, like not like a ball gag, Arnold, like a funny gag, like a joke,
Like
a
haha,
visual.
like a joke.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that's that. Oh, that was one of some of my favorite too.
How do you like Michael Cera's game throughout the movie? Like just like the way he talks to chicks, it's like he's always talking about the Pac-Man. I was like giving him the Pac-Man trivia. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Arnold, don't let Alex bully you like that. Stand up for yourself. Tell him what you told me, how you're fed up with him.
Man, it really is a toss up. Like I like Ralph Brauman's scene too. Brandon Ralph.
Brandon Routh. Superman. That's how you remember it. Superman.
Cool, man.
But in all seriousness, I like that. I read this, and I'm reading this, but it's an interesting thing that Edgar Wright wanted this to feel like a musical, but instead of breaking into song and dance, they broke into fights. Like that's such a great way to put it, because this movie is so centered around fights, right? Fighting off the exes and stuff, and I think it works. I like that the fight with the twins, they count as two, whereas one each. So like they just cleared that one right away, and there wasn't even like a lot of brouhaha. It was just like, oh, the twins, oh, and then he fights them really quick and then done. Like they didn't spend too much time on it.
Favorite part.
Yeah,
Like
that
my
one,
least favorite fight.
that one finished quick.
It's like, man, well, yeah.
That's what I liked about it, is that it finished quick. Oh, wait a minute, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But that one was good. As well. That's a good. I like that one. Right? Yeah. What else, guys? I mean, I feel like we're reaching that point, but
I guess
you want to go around and have final thoughts, or was there anything else you wanted to? Anybody wanted to expand upon?
I actually do want to bring up a fun fact. So
Please.
in the commentary with the director Edgar Wright and the creator Brian Lee O'Malley, they talk about like, what movie, what album would go well with this film, and because they were talking about like Dark Side of the Moon and how and
Or talking about the. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He goes, yeah, so Infinite Sadness, probably from Smashing Pumpkins, and then you go on later to find out that like there's a theory going around that you could sync up the Smashing Pumpkins album, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, to Scott Pilgrim, and it kind of syncs up to like certain scenes, there's like you have to play.
It was
start playing
debunked,
the album. It was debunked, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that like the interesting part of it, it's all about like, they're talking about in this theory video that I watched, they were talking about how it's all about synchronicity, and as a fan, you're like, we all fans of Brian Lee O'Malley and Scott Pilgrim, we all know that he's a huge fan of the Smashing Pumpkins. You see Scott wearing a couple different Smashing Pumpkins t-shirts. In the book, he's wearing Smashing Pumpkins t-shirts, and he names the fifth book Scott Pilgrim and the Infinite Sadness. That's obvious reference to Smashing Pumpkins. And
Smashing Pumpkins.
There's this whole thing where you could like line up like the you start playing the album. 8 seconds after you start playing the movie, and everything like it supposedly syncs up. And I tried it, and it does. Like not a lot. Like it starts playing the first song, and then it goes into Tonight, and right when Tonight happens, you see Kim going count off 1, 2, 3, 4, and once she hits the hi-hat, it goes into the song. It goes into Tonight. And I was like, holy shit,
dude,
this is really cool. And it was like,
I gotta try this out.
And there's certain scenes where like certain songs line up, and there's obviously like ones that don't, they don't match up. But that's the whole thing. They were talking about the idea of synchronicity, where it's like, as a fan, you're more prone to believe these theories because it just makes things more fun, and more interesting. So
and isn't that what it's about at the end of the day?
Exactly.
Having fun.
And it's like, just another way to watch one of your favorite movies. And if you really love that album, which I do, which is why I wanted to why I did it. I did this like years ago, and I put on the Blu-ray, I had the CD, or I can't remember.
The VCD.
And I don't know what it was, but I had them
cassette.
playing. I don't know. I had them playing.
The 8-track?
Exactly. It was the 8-track. The Smashing Pumpkins and Infinite Sadness 8-track. I pushed it into the little cassette player, and I had to hold the lever at the same time as pressing the big old gigantic VCR.
Is that after you started the car like this?
No, I had to use the pedals on like a cycle to get the battery going, and then
Nice.
they synced up. They synced up.
Synced up. There's another movie that
Not
I
like
think it's Wizard of Oz. Do you remember
Yeah.
that? That was,
Yeah,
there's
it's Dark Side of
yeah.
the Moon.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that album.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
buy it on vinyl, but it's like way too expensive and it's like completely unnecessary. But one day I'm gonna find it in a Goodwill. Which, by the way, this movie, they have a quick scene in a Goodwill, and I was laughing because I was like, oh, that's right, 2010, sort of like peak millennial hipster culture going to Goodwill, and it's like that was before Macklemore made it cool with Thrift Shop, obviously.
Yeah.
But so I thought that was just a neat little detail. I love his Sharpie shirt, by the way. At the very beginning, he's wearing that Scott Pilgrim. I was like, oh my god, I love this. Like that is a millennial brain in me talking though.
I never seen Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
No, well,
Who said that?
neither
Oh
have
my
I
God.
actually. Neither have
What?
I. Neither have I. I've seen
I haven't
clips.
either.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Same.
Did you-
throughout
Wait, you
the
guys,
years.
none of you guys have seen Wizard of Oz?
I've never sat down and just
I've never
watched the whole
seen it
thing.
all the way
Oh
through.
shit!
You've never
No.
seen Wizard of Oz?
I saw
Wow,
the
that's
sequel.
crazy. That's fucking
I saw
wild.
Return to
I've
Oz.
shown Silas Wizard of Oz. That's so crazy. Yeah, that's
I
crazy
know.
to me. Wow.
But you know, it's
I know.
cool. Like
Next-
this.
They made me watch
this
that
whole
in
movie-
elementary school like every fucking year. Like for
Probably
like 5
watched
years.
it in elementary school. I just
Yeah.
don't remember.
I never.
Every year they made us watch
I
it.
read the book. I read the book.
That's good.
Dude,
That's,
we
it's probably
watched
even better.
Ben-Hur in elementary school.
Ben-Hur. I remember watching
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur.
We used to watch
Or was it middle
Speed.
school?
We watched Speed a lot in school. Man,
You're talking about
School?
what?
you're talking about in driving class or whatever with Mr. Compton or
No,
Auto
that's
shop.
where you watch
An auto shop?
Red Asphalt.
yeah. That guy got fired, dude. Anyways,
That's crazy. Speed's a great movie, but I don't think you should be watching it in school, though. That's
we watched Friday
That's
for that class. Same teacher. We watched Friday.
You watched Friday? Wow.
Well, it was
I
an
remember
auto
watching
shop class.
Friday.
You ain't
I
got
remember
shit to
watching
do.
Friday
I'ma get you high.
in graphic design when the substitute teacher was taking over for the day. And they wanted to they gave the substitute teacher a movie for us to watch, and they're like, one of the students convinced the sub to let us watch Friday.
I remember one
That's
time
funny.
we had a choice to watch movies, and then someone happened to have The Land Before Time with him. We were like, no, don't put that in.
Not Land Before Time. I don't know what's more traumatic, Land Before Time or Speed. Actually, I think Land Before Time is probably more.
No,
traumatic.
well, we would get in trouble with the version of Land Before Time VHS that we had in our backpack.
Oh, was that one of those pirated or slightly edited VHS tapes? VHS copies.
It was a complete.
The Hans version.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the what it said on the VHS, but then it was a completely different film replaced in there. That's
That's
what
funny.
it was. Yeah,
It was just pure 69 for 30 minutes. That's a deep cut reference. By the way, Healing Laughter Power still liking our stuff, so he's doing good. So shout out to Healing Laughter Power.
Yeah.
Be more like
Shout
Healing
out.
Laughter Power and like our stuff. We lost Alex. We lost you for like a second there. I don't know what happened. That's an edit point. Oh, you're frozen. Oh no, you're there. This is the best part about streaming podcasts is that things like this happen, but it's okay because I will fix it in post. As I do many things in post, so that's good.
You do a wonderful
Anyways,
job.
thank you. Thank you.
Riverside makes it easier, right?
Yeah, shout out to Riverside FM.
Yeah.
Honestly, like this has been
Yes.
such a breath of fresh air. I feel like I could do 30 podcasts now. I will not do 30 podcasts, but I feel like I could. I do another podcast. I'll do a quick plug for since we're kind of at that moment. Book Brothers podcast. Hey, we're on YouTube and we're on Spotify now, so check us out on there. And this show, by the way, is also on Spotify, video version. So you can watch our beautiful faces if you're on Spotify. So tell all your friends about it.
I noticed that I put on the Chronicle episode, and as I was driving, I didn't realize it came on, but I was like, oh, there's a video. I was like, wait, what? There's video now on Spotify.
On Spotify? Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. So you can do that now.
Hell yeah.
Everybody's trying to do their own thing now with video, like Spotify, like video, do your video, and Substack. Yeah. You can do podcasts, video and audio on Substack now. It's like everyone wants to get in the game, but we're at that point. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is the movie. Sounds like we all enjoyed it. Maybe Arnold, you enjoyed it a little bit less than us, but that's okay. It is what it is.
I'll put rewatch it for the Smashing Pumpkins
time. Yeah. And then give us your thoughts, you know what I mean? And by that I mean THOTS kind of thoughts. But yeah, you should definitely watch it again. I think and I'll just say this really quick, that I think this movie has a high rewatch value. I think if the more you watch it, the more you're gonna notice, you're gonna pick up each time. Could be worth it. But yeah, guys, good stuff. Do we want to go ahead and do our final thoughts? Donnie, let me start with you. I feel like I never start with you on final thoughts, but go ahead if you're ready.
Yeah, man, I love this movie from the opening credits. Like, I was already reeled in, like at the very, very beginning, with all those the flashy opening scene. I don't know, I was already hooked. I was like, oh, let's see what this is about. But I love this movie. I loved it the first time. Second time, I'm probably on like my 15th time watching it, but I've loved it every time. Every time I watch it, I notice something different, or I maybe I just don't remember from the previous time, since there's always gaps in between. But yeah, I've enjoyed it every single time. For anybody who hasn't watched it, totally recommend it. There's a lot of throwbacks to like your childhood, right? Whether it's video games or listening to Smashing Pumpkins. There's just a lot of things that reminded me of like back in the late 90s or late 90s, I guess, for me. But yeah, I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved the way it was shot.
What was your favorite Easter egg?
My favorite Easter egg? Oh man, I don't know. I have to get back to you on that. I don't know. Do you have one? You have one in mind?
Besides the P bar thing, I really like the fact that they use the Legend of Zelda song when he's like,
yeah.
That's true.
Written permission to use that. Like Nintendo.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, Nintendo never lets anybody just use their stuff unless they have like specific like purpose for it or permission for it. So yeah, that was a nice little touch. I like that. Those little flourishes of pop culture. Where can people find you online, Donnie?
Yeah, Instagram is _Donnie Appleseed. On Letterboxd, it's just Donnie Appleseed. And yeah, those are probably the two main places you could find me. So check it out.
Nice. Thank you for that. Alex, let's go to you next. What are your final thoughts on Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
This movie came out at a very pivotal time in my life. I've gone through periods of time where I've seen this movie but like at least 70 times. At least. I've watched it so many times.
I thought I watched it a lot.
Yeah. It's just one of those movies that's resonated with me. I even like at Comic-Con last year, I met Brian Lee O'Malley and I had a little conversation with him. And I even had a conversation with Eric Nakamura from Giant Robot about Brian Lee O'Malley and his the importance of Scott Pilgrim. And Brian was like, yeah, I don't know why, but it seems to resonate with people. I was like, it's universal themes. I told him, like, we all go through a lot of the same stuff that Scott goes through. Like, for me, it was a lot of the insecurity. It was the idea of using relationships to cope with the reality of our own insecurities. We place our insecurities onto others thinking that they'll heal us. And that's why I think people think that Ramona is a manic pixie dream girl, which she isn't. Like I said, she's admittedly not there to help Scott fix himself. Like, Scott ends up dying at the end, right? But then he comes back to life. So she's not there to fix his life. He needs to realize that. And that was one of those things that I later on in life kind of like, I understood it, but it's the difference between understanding it and putting it into action. And I think that's the bigger thing. And I feel like that's why it's resonated with me and why it still resonates with me to this day, where it's about like your thoughts versus your actions. Understanding something, understanding a concept, yet still not really putting it into your own life, where until you put it into your life, that's when you start to see the results and you're like, oh man, this is me post having, self-respect, like at the very end of the movie. So yeah, this movie has stayed with me, and I just love this film so much. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time. It's obviously on Letterboxd 5 out of 5. And you could find me on all the socials on as Daily Dares, and look up on my Instagram for the link tree. Find all the stuff I'm involved with, including Collectible Galaxy on Depop.
Nice. Well, thank you for that, Alex. And before we get to Arnold's snooze meter rating really quick, I just want to quickly fire off some thoughts that I had just from the notes that I wrote as I was watching it. I like there was a joke where someone says, "I've never kissed a guy," and then someone says, "Me neither." I forget who that was. Who was that?
That was Knives Chow to Scott, and then Scott saying,
"Yeah, okay." That was a funny little moment. I wrote Mary Elizabeth Winstead with the good hair shows up. That's a Beyonce reference for some reason. I don't know why I have that in there. What does he say? There's like someone asked Scott Pilgrim something like, "Are you guys good?" And he's like, "No, we're terrible. So can you come to the show?" Like the way Michael Cera does that. It's like, "No, we're terrible. So can you come?" I think he was telling Ramona Flowers, right?
That was like when he was talking to Ramona Flowers and after their first date.
Yeah. And what does she ask him that prompts him to say we're terrible? Is she talking about knives?
She goes, "You're in a band?" And then he's all, "Yeah, we're terrible."
Yes. That's why I wrote that down. That was good. It's like, "No, we're terrible. Can you come though?" Let's see. Patel wore eyeliner before JD Vance made it cool. Let's see. Quote, "No, we broke up. Listen to this sick riff. LOL." That was good. See, "No, we broke up. Listen to this sick riff." That was good.
Oh yeah, that scene is another like cool Easter egg. He's playing the bass line to the Final Fantasy song.
Oh, that's right. And Michael Cera learned how to play the bass for Authenticity. I was reading. So
no, he already knows how to play bass.
Oh, does he? Did he? That's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else did I? Just a couple more. I wrote Yoko Ono equals Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I don't know why I thought that was gonna be a thing. And then what does someone say? "Yeah, he's an idiot." Somebody calls somebody an idiot. I need to write more context.
That was Kim. When Ramona Flowers asks Kim, Kim goes, "Yeah, we used to date." He's like, "Oh, anything you can tell me?" He's like, "Yeah, he's an idiot."
That was a good moment. Yeah. See, who needs context? I have you, Alex.
I like it too when Kim goes, all our shows are secret show.
Oh, yeah.
When they're talking about it doing a secret show.
I wrote down pre-Roman Kieran Culkin. Roman is a character he plays in Succession. It's so interesting to watch him be mellowed out compared to his character in Succession, but there's still that thing there that he has, like that thing that Kieran Culkin has, where he's very like snappy, fast, but he's more subdued in this movie than he is in Succession. Because in Succession, the things he says, my God, and that show is so good. If you guys haven't watched it, I highly recommend it.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
me neither.
I wrote pre-Captain America Chris Evans, but then I was reading that he was actually balancing this movie with the first Captain America movie, so that's interesting.
Oh,
and
wow.
then
I think that's where I left off with the Marvel movies.
Oh yeah,
They came out at the same time. That's crazy.
According to the internet,
I feel like
machine.
this came out way before. That's wild. Maybe I don't know. That's wild.
Let's see. We'll debunk this quick. When did Captain what's his name? Chris Evans. First Captain America movie. I wish Letterboxd would just give you stuff in order the way IMDb does. I like their poster arrangement, but it's like, come on, guys. Like, what if I want to know when the first Captain America movie came out?
Was Captain America in Civil War?
That was the second.
Yes.
The second one. Yeah.
2011 was when the first Captain America was released.
Oh, okay. Because this is 2010.
This came 2000 exactly.
Yeah.
One last thing. I don't know what gets punched. Can I have your autograph?
Oh,
what was that?
Oh yeah, that was
the
second the fight. Yeah, Chris Evans. Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
who asked Lee for their autograph though?
Michael Cera asks him for his autograph.
Okay.
Like when the fight started.
And one last thing, apparently there was a 2023 released animated version called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off that the whole cast or most of the cast came back to do the voices for. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, I've seen
it's
it.
really
Created
good.
by Justin. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Nice. It looks like
And
it
then,
has a similar art style as the comic. Sorry.
It follows it pretty well, right? Wouldn't you say, Alex? Yeah.
Yeah, so it follows it pretty well, but what it is an expanding of the universe. It's like what happens if Scott failed on the first fight. You know?
With Gideon.
But no, not with Gideon.
No.
With Matthew
With,
Patel.
Interesting.
He loses on well, you what you find out I don't want to spoil it if you're gonna watch it.
Watch it. You need to watch it
it's
first.
really
Okay,
We'll
I
talk
need to
about
watch it. Well,
Yeah.
no spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen
and Anna Monoguchi does the soundtrack for Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
a potential future guest, I believe.
Yes.
We'll
They're
see.
heading out on tour. They're heading out on tour soon. Are you gonna watch? Go see them, Donald?
Yeah, we got tickets.
Vegas?
Where Justin, Shibs, and I are going to go in September, so we're going to go check them out.
It's a good
Yeah, you
thing that
guys-
you can join this podcast as a guest on your phone as well. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Shameless,
tough, though.
always shamelessly plug. Always shamelessly plug. Good stuff, guys. Arnold, now is the time we've all been waiting for. This is you have to certify this, okay? We're not gonna have anybody try to stop this certification because we need to know your snooze-o-meter rating. Go ahead.
I really initially I thought I didn't fall asleep, but then there was a lot of parts like towards the end that is pretty fuzzy to me, especially when you guys were talking about like the fight with Gideon, the fact that I couldn't remember.
That was a big fight, man. How'd you fall asleep in that one?
It's the climax of the movie.
Maybe I was watching and I was kind of like this, you know, like fighting my sleep, and yeah, I don't know. I rewatched it and then I fell asleep. I totally fell asleep. So
How much ice cream did you eat? Too much.
Couple of pints.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Half a
Ice
gallon?
cream will make you sleepy. It will make you sleepy.
Sugar crash.
Sugar bombs.
Right, yeah, definitely a sugar crash. Yeah, I'm horrible at that. Sorry, I almost choked on my own spit.
It's all that ice cream that's left over.
Chocolate malted crunch my throat.
That's a good flavor, though.
Yeah,
I like that flavor.
Yeah, it is.
so good. No one else makes
Coconut
it.
pineapple, too.
Only Thrifty.
I love it.
My Z rating. We're going with that first, right? I guess I have to say give it a 1Z.
Okay. It's not bad. It's not terrible.
And it's not that it was boring or anything because it was entertaining. But I guess it just when it boils down to it, it's just not my jam. Exactly. Like it doesn't. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe, but definitely has a high rewatchability, and I did want to give it another shot. But then I don't know.
I was gonna
fell
say, I still
asleep.
beg to differ that it's not your jam.
Yeah.
And go over
Yeah,
to
it's-
Alex's
it's-
place and watch
It's hard
together.
for me to believe that too. I'm like, I feel like you missed it. Like you fell asleep or lost interest at some point, but you gotta
Yeah.
rewatch it.
I gotta
It's
watch
right
it in
up
the
your
morning.
alley, totally.
Yeah. And I watched it almost like out of like I realized the importance of it for many reasons, and I don't know. I'll try watching it in the morning. But yeah,
But you gave it one.
a 1Z because I
1Z.
now I realize I legit fell asleep, and shame on me. That I did. I don't know why. I gotta have some coffee or something before.
This segment exists because you sometimes fall asleep, so it's okay. Like we wouldn't even have this segment if you didn't fall asleep enough for us to make it a segment. You know what I mean? So it's all good.
The second time that I when I rewatched it, I don't think I had ice cream. I think I was just tired. But
That's fair.
yeah. coming back from
You don't think I
vacation is
dozed
tough.
off during Serbian film? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. But I rewatched I didn't rewatch it. What am I saying? Oh, but my normal score for the movie, I was gonna give it a solid 3. That may change. A Letterboxd 3. I won't put it in my Letterboxd yet. You can find me on Letterboxd at Arnie Collego. I won't give it a 3 now. I'm gonna watch it instead of watching Saturday morning cartoons. You know, Bugs Bunny. I still watch that old school stuff.
hell yeah.
You know, little wake and bake. No, just kidding. No, wake and bake some bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
Cook some eggs. You know,
Smoke some hams.
yeah, yeah. Smoke some ham. What was I saying again?
I don't know.
And then watch the movie.
Yeah. Watch it
And then
again.
watch the movie.
Yeah.
You know, not filming the movie. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know what that means either. That's
So
okay though.
maybe my Letterboxd rating will go up after that. But if you want to find me and see my whole life, I'm at Arnie Collego on all the socials and TikTok, Instagram, everything. I posted on there. Well, lately it's been mostly Facebook and Instagram and Threads, just because you post one thing and it's all one shot.
Yes, sirree, Bob Arnold. Thank you for that.
Yeah. That leaves us with you, Mr. Boots Too Big, Adrian
Yes, sir.
Delatorre.
Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I
don't know what else to say.
Look, I enjoy this movie. This is a fun, dynamic, fast-paced action romp. You know what I mean? Comic book / video game style.
Definitely was fast.
It hits all the marks of like nerdum and pop culture shit, and it's like it's almost kind of a shame that it's not even a bigger franchise than it is. You know what I mean? In the age of like what other IPs can we milk from, I'm almost shocked that they're not even working on a sequel to this. I feel like a sequel to this now would totally just blow away the box office. Like this would be a reason to go to. This is one of those movies where it's like that's a theater experience. Like Dune and Dune.
Scott
2.
Pilgrim Takes Off is the sequel.
Oh well, there you go. But I mean, like a live action sequel too. Like I'm telling you, like a live action type sequel, I think would hit different in this day and age. So
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing too. Like are you talking about like live theater?
Well, no, I mean just like the theater experience, right? Like it's hard not to get people back into the theater because it's like it's expensive and who has the time. But like when I go to the movie theater on the rare occasion that I do, I want to go for a movie that's going to be worth it. Like a movie that I can't get the same experience watching it on my phone or on my TV. You know what I mean? And I think this movie would fit that mold very well. So. But yeah, good movie overall, great movie overall. I already rated it on Letterboxd, on my Letterboxd, 4 out of 5 stars. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Boots Too Big and across all social medias. But more importantly, you can follow the show, Never Seen a Podcast. We're everywhere, guys. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Threads, we're on Blue Sky, we're on X still. Visit our website, neverseenapodcast.com. All of our episodes live on there. Email us, podcast.neverseenit@gmail.com. Talk to us. Did you like Scott Pilgrim? Did you like the Netflix sequel that came out? What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Smashing Pumpkins? Whatever you want to tell us. We get negative comments. We get positive comments. We got a comment the other day. Someone saying, fire the guy that does social media. Hello. Because he says weird things on TikTok. Like, come on. But, I guess I'm fired, guys. Fall Healing Laughter Power, because he always likes all of our stuff. Laughter Power, shout out to you again, our super fan. And by the way, you can subscribe. You can really help the show out by subscribing to us on all platforms, but especially YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And by the way, video is now on Spotify, so you can watch, as I said earlier, our faces on there as well as YouTube. And if you like the show, of course, leave it a review, leave us a comment. And big thanks again to Mr. Kyle Mapson of Burn Cycle for our intro music. You can follow Kyle on Instagram at selfies_food_and_pets. Thank you for listening. Are there any final thoughts from the gentleman?
What do you think we should watch next?
Oh yeah, I wanted to get back to Alex. There's a scene that I kept pausing because I wanted to see what it was. It was when he was on the phone. In the background, you could see pictures of him hanging with his ex, that girl. What's her name again?
Envy.
Envy. Yeah, and so if you look at the pictures, it's kind of like the timeline of their relationship. They're happy, they're smiling, right? And then in the last picture, she like exits the frame. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah,
Is that towards the
Who was
end?
that actress?
Alison Brie.
Envy.
Or- Brie Larson.
Oh, Brie Olson.
Well, that was Brie Larson.
Yeah, that's Brie Larson. Yeah.
Allison Pill was the drummer on Scott Pilgrim's band, right?
Yeah.
And didn't they used to date? Did I read
Allison
that
Pill?
right? In the movie. I mean,
In the movie,
Scott.
yeah.
In the movie, yeah.
Yeah. So Kim Pines and
high school.
Scott Pilgrim used to date.
Brie Olson
Yeah.
sounds so familiar. What other movies did she do?
Brie Larson.
Captain Brie Larson. Not Captain America. Miss Marvel.
Captain
or
Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
that's where Brie Olson.
She was in a Brie Larson.
Oh, Larson.
Brie Olsen's the girl you met on the corner the other day. Brie Larson is the actress. She was in a movie called The Room too. Did you ever see The Room? That was a good movie.
Who? Brie Larson or Brie Olson?
Brie Larson
Oh, Larson.
was in a movie called The Room. Yeah, that's pretty good. Which is really the only thing significant that she's done outside of the Captain Marvel, but that's okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Anything else? Anything else from the gentleman?
Bread makes you fat. Bread makes you fat.
Yeah.